Washington this week, the United States Senate passed what may be the most consequential and controversial economic bill in over a decade.
The Senate being evenly divided, the Vice President votes in the affirmative. The bill as amended is passed.
It's been called the One Big Beautiful Bill. Pushed forward by US President Donald Trump and Senate Republicans, the legislation is part tax overhaul, part spending shift, and part political statement. It rewrites key aspects of how America taxes, spends, and governs, and does so with sweeping consequences for ordinary people, global markets, and the climate. Supporters say it's a long overdue correction. Critics say it's a reckless, deeply unfair reshaping of the American state. The bill runs 940 pages and touches nearly every area of US domestic policy. Here's what's inside. Tax cuts. Permanent tax reductions for both individuals and corporations, which is an extension of the 2017 Trump-era cuts. New tax breaks for working-class earners, tipped employees, people clocking overtime, and retirees. A temporary increase in how much Americans can deduct in state and local taxes, which is being seen as a win for high-tax states. Spending increases. The bill proposes to pump in billions in the new funding for border enforcement, military spending, and immigration crackdowns, including funds for detention centers like Alligator, Alcatraz, and deportations. Spending cuts. Health insurance programs for the poor, the Medicaid, are scaled back. Food assistance programs, SNAP, face deep cuts. Clean energy tax credits for solar panels, electric vehicles, and home efficiency are eliminated. The Congressional Budget Office, a non-partisan agency, estimates the bill will increase the national debt by over $3 trillion over the next decade. Now let's talk winners and losers. Winners include high-income earners and corporations who keep low tax rates permanently. Some working families who benefit from targeted breaks, especially if they work overtime or earn tips. Older Americans and car buyers who purchase US-made vehicles. Those at risk include millions of low-income Americans who may lose healthcare coverage or face reduced food support. Renewable energy industries, which are now left without subsidies. State governments, which may be asked to absorb new costs if federal programs shrink. Economists warn that cutting essential safety nets while increasing tax breaks risks widening income inequality, already high by global standards. This bill is not just economic, it's political. So why the rush? Republican leaders say they are fulfilling campaign promises before the 2026 midterm elections. But critics accuse them of ramming through massive changes with limited debate and risking long-term harm in exchange for short-term gains. Criticism has come from expected quarters and some surprising ones. Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, a leading progressive, has said that this bill is, quote, cruel and regressive, arguing that it takes food and care from the working poor while enriching those who already have the most. Elon Musk, billionaire tech entrepreneur and long-time Trump ally, has called this bill an utterly insane and destructive betrayal. He's warned it would kill clean energy innovation, inflate the national debt beyond reason, and, quote, leave America less competitive in the industries of the future. Musk, notably, has threatened to fund political challengers to Republicans who backed the bill and has even floated the idea of forming a new political party. So why should the rest of the world care? The US pulling back on clean energy subsidies could stall global momentum in fighting climate change. Without America's financial and technological push, the renewable energy transition could slow, especially in developing markets. A $3 trillion increase in US debt could shake global bond markets. Higher US interest rates used to manage that debt could trigger borrowing costs to rise in other countries from Europe to India. With more money flowing to defense and border security and less to diplomacy and green innovation, the bill hints at a more inward-looking, militarized America. For global allies and trade partners, the shift is as symbolic as it is structural. In a country that remains economically powerful and politically divided, the One Big Beautiful Bill is less about beauty and more about choices. Who gains, who sacrifices, and what kind of country America wants to be. For allies and observers abroad, the bill raises urgent questions. Will the US continue investing in global cooperation, climate leadership, and inclusive growth? Or is it entering a phase of retrenchment, nationalism, and economic stratification? The message is clear. The battle over America's economic soul is not only being fought, it is accelerating. As the debate unfolds, what's at stake isn't just the next fiscal year, but the character of the United States itself. And the world, whether it wants to or not, may feel the consequences.